Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Today we're looking at circular relations, which have a general formula of x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And this is by way of an introduction to them. And so I think that there are, first of all, two basic things that need to be explained. One is why they're called relations and not functions, and the other is exactly how this works. So let's start with relations. So here's a couple of very roughly drawn Cartesian planes. Now, here is the graph of y equals plus or minus the square root of x, and here's a circle graph, again badly drawn. Now, why these are relations and not functions is because if we draw, especially if we draw this one here in particular, if you run a line parallel to the y-axis down through the graph of this, you only hit one point. If you run that line through this, you hit 2 points, and that defines this as, well, it defines this as not being a function. It is a relation, and it is one to many. It's a relation of one to many. This is quite clearly not, and this again is quite clearly so. And without spoiling the surprise, because it does say circular relations, this is the graph of a relation in this form. Okay, now let's get on to why these things are circular, having solved the riddle of relations. So, why are they circular? Well, let's draw a circle. And the radius of the circle is kind of irrelevant. But if I draw a radius into this circle and label that R, then the point that we reached up here is a combination of x values and y values. So this point up here is x, y, something for each of them. And if we draw in a notional sort of triangle here, this being the value of y and this being the value of x, so we have x and y and we have r, the radius. Now, hopefully it doesn't take too much imagination, especially given that this is a right angle, to associate this with some element of Pythagoras. Now, the radius is a constant length. What changes is x and y, and it is the combination of x and y that gives us the position of the radius and its length. We get its length from Pythagoras. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. And so as these change, so say we put our radius over here, we still have our length of y, and we still have our length of x. X is negative here, but when we square it, it becomes positive. So x squared plus y squared is going to equal r squared. There we are, plain and simple. Now that's the basics of circular relations and their graphs. In the next few videos that you'll see on these, we'll be going into how you actually draw these things with reasonable accuracy, or at least you can label the points, because as you can see from my drawing, I don't draw things accurately. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.